NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back.
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now Golden State's starting 5. Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green is out there with Chris, and it's Wiggins in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's Zubac in at center. I like this tonight, Smitty. We have veteran leadership on both teams. When you were a rookie in the NBA, who was your mentor?
You know, Kevin, this is going to surprise you because everybody looks at guys kind of on the court. My mentor was Manute Bol. I played nothing like Manute Bol, but I would tell you, Kevin, he was my mentor. He would grab me by the ear and twist it and tell me what I needed to do as far as a leadership standpoint.
I never would have guessed him, Smitty, never.
Kevin, I walked in with some shorts and a polo shirt in Miami. He grabbed my ear and said, "That's not professional. You better wear a suit." I'm like, Manute is 90 degrees. I had to wear a suit every game.
I like that story. Thompson misses.
3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
Here's Leonard. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Thompson from long range. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Oh, my God. They can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
Chris finds Green. Back to Chris. Looking to end the run. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And the lid comes off the basket after 4 straight misses. They finally get one.
George passes to Beverley. Back to George. Another shot. Chris with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Thompson misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And you know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular. A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
Los Angeles leading by 8. And Leonard has it in the corner. Knocks down the 3 ball. Leonard's got 7 points.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal. Turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set. And you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. Lou Williams is checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Leonard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. He's got 11.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Poole. He's guarded by Williams. Curry against Jackson. Another 3 for Golden State.
The defense was good, but what can you do? Curry just leveled up.
Jackson passes to Green. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Los Angeles leading by 7. Jackson down low. Curry meets him. And it's Leonard missing. The Warriors have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Pass to Pascal. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Shamet finds Jackson. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Poole. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Knocks it loose. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He comes away with... Notching a 50, 40, 90% season is a rare feature.
The field goal percentage as a whole is the tough.
And consistent excellence certainly is the key. Curry brings it night in and night out.
And as tough as it is to hit those marks, he just seems to make it look easy.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry can't get it to go. And it's Williams with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They embrace the challenge as well. They hit big shot after big shot to keep the other team at bay.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Clippers leading by 5. And you know what, Smitty, if you track his move, you can see how active Steph Curry is when trying to get open.
As a guard, it's so impressive to see how Curry moves and relocates to get a shot off. He works harder than everyone else in the league to free up that extra time and that daylight that he needs to get a shot up.
On the wing, Williams. A deep 3 from Leonard. Shamet. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. And the Warriors also making a change. Wiggins is checked in. Here's Morris, banked in off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 9.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won 6th Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Marquise Chris, he's checked in for the Warriors.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Wiggins finds Green. Golden State moving the ball around. Thompson passes to Green. Here's Poole, defended by George. On the clock. Back to Green. Stolen by George. Here we go, one-on-one. And that one's good. Beverley.
I mean, blowing past the defense, Patrick Beverley gets up and down the court in a blink.
Steve, compare it now to when you were playing. Did teams go deeper into their benches than they used to?
Yeah, they do. I think because of this load management, resting players. So you see a lot of guys play a lot. And also what they've done right now with the G League, being able to bring guys up. They use those guys, and I think it helps a lot, even not on games, but in practice. You'll see more guys are involved in giving guys rest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Here's George. Oh, that was something else.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
And it's Green missing. Last game for the Warriors, it was a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. And it's Shamet missing. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Let's got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Green.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Now, here's George. Morris. No good off the back of the rim.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Thompson with the bucket.
Klay, picture perfect from down there. All in a day's work for the former three-point contest champion.
Here's Shamet. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Outside, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Los Angeles leading by 8. 43 seconds left in the first half. Good D by Thompson.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Stephen Curry in transition, showing off his speed on that play.
LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Curry against Beverley. Passes it to Zubac. It's George on the wing. Now, here's Shamet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. George, no good.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Out to Thompson. Wiggins from outside. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 11 points and 2 rebounds. And taking a look at the Clippers. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate. And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the evening. And so Beverley will bring it up for Los Angeles. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And Thompson sends it back.
Don't underestimate Klay Thompson on the defensive end. Perfect timing on the block.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Chris.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Well, nobody gets hot in the NBA quite like Klay Thompson, Smitty. He is something else. Wow.
Players can get hot, Kevin, but when Klay gets hot, every shot falls in. The records he set with made threes in a game, 37 points in a quarter, 60 points in 3 quarters. When he gets rolling, it's a treat to watch.
And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And Los Angeles with some changes. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Williams comes in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Now here's Curry. 5 points in the game. 90 seconds now into the second half. It's Thompson off the drive. Pascal. Excellent D there from Williams. Los Angeles leading by 3. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Morris. And it's 13 points for Leonard.
Well, you know, the truth is Leonard's been focused all night. Has an array of go-to moves and the endurance to keep on coming.
You know, Smitty, NBA referees, officials now have a presence on social media that's aiming at educating fans on calls and why they're made.
Yes, and I love it, Kevin, if you have these demos and talk about plays and games and situations that you're educating fans. It's just that fans look at it when these referees, who are human, miss calls, and then they want to re-show these plays that they missed. We still got to understand they're human and they're going to miss some calls.
Well said, Steve.
Yeah, and that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
And Morris drops them both. Warriors trail by 5. They double team Curry. Pass to Pascal. That shot off. Great D that time from Green. Back to Leonard. Warriors with the rebound.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Out to Thompson. Smile again. And he dunks it down.
Defensively, all eyes on Klay. Great scorer, but also able to beat you with the pass.
The pass to Green. The shot off that time. The Warriors go the other way with it. Here's Pascal. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that game against the Nuggets, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And the Clippers making a change here. Shamet's checked in. Off target from 3-point range.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Pass to Pascal. 1:36 left to play in the third. Clock at 6. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Thompson for 3. Green with the rebound. Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Here's Shamet. Good D by Thompson. The Warriors trailing.
The Golden State Warriors so great offensively. People forget about their defense. Their length and IQ make them tough to deal with, especially in the playoffs.
Jackson misses. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Williams with the block. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris outside. Back to Williams. In the corner. Shamet with it. Lets it go from the wing. And that's good for 2. Shamet's got his second bucket tonight. Warriors trail by 3. Down low. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Great player movement, great ball movement. That's fun to watch.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. It's stolen by Curry.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But, you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
Here's Shamet. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. The Warriors on top. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Marquise Chris is out there with Draymond Green. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Curry. And it's Pascal in at the 3, the small forward. Now here is Morris. And stolen by Wiggins. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Shoots from 12. And Green with the basket on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 6th assist on the night.
Unselfish play right there. Curry with the patience to wait for someone to break free.
Here's Beverley. Green taking his time here. 6 on the shot clock. George, no good. Warriors leading by 6. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
And stolen by Chris. The drive by Green, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Green's got the lead up to 8 now for the Warriors. The Clippers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Morris dishes to Beverley. Will it go? Here's Zubac. Second chance shot. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Green. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Green. Beverley finds Green, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. And that's just terrific positioning on his part to get that board. I mean, he might not have the size, but his basketball.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Jermichael Green. Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. Curry is inside. Defended by Beverley. Back to Curry. 3-pointer. That shot off as the Clippers taking it the other way. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. .144 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's George. And it's Curry with the rebound. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
launches a three.
An all-defensive first-teamer, Beverley, once again getting up into his man and locking him down.
Leonard kicks to Beverley. Shot clock at 5, and here's Leonard from 3. Good D by Johnson. And it's Golden State's ball. They're on an 11-2 run.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Warriors.
And a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win. And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Steph Curry.
You have to appreciate the unselfishness. He kept the ball moving, kept everyone involved. Really enjoyable to watch.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Williams passes to Mann. It's tipped, but they recover it. A second chance effort. 2 points. That one goes.
I can't believe that went in, and I don't think he can either.
To the inside. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Warriors lead by 12. Kicks to Noah. Over in the corner, Williams. That's a 2 from Lee. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done. That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A solid win on the road for them, this building. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, David.
this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and Slam.
In your face.
You play 2K.
All the time.
You act.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And now you have an album.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome payday.
Well, for the Golden State...
Yeah, they got a lot of pride there, there's no doubt, and rightfully so. Thank you. We got a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Houston. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that. And, of course, there's the Warriors. They're much further down in the standings right now.
Yeah, right now, though, the Rockets, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Yeah, they'll be there in the playoffs. I'm sure of that. It's just a matter of how high they'll be seated.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3 spot. And for the Warriors, Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Wiggins is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Chris in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now the pass to Harden. Harden draws the double. Now here's Tucker, guarded by Green. Westbrook can't get it to go. Wiggins surveying the floor, and Green slams it in.
He doesn't know the meaning of a soft finish. Draymond's always going to throw it down hard.
For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader. Truly a special player.
Covington.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Shoots it up. And there's Green on the assist by Thompson. Green's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And when Draymond sets his feet, catches, and releases in rhythm, watch out.
Wiggins finds Green. Count it.
Well, so often we see this. Transition buckets off turnovers.
Well, you know, Greg, this is why coaches preach ball security to their teams. That sequence right there.
Here's Tucker. Following the basket by Draymond Green. Harden's shot is good.
What confidence from Harden. He's a lethal 3-point shooter. He knows he has the green light.
Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Curry passes it to Chris. Outside for Curry. Golden State moving it around. Wiggins drives in. Lets it go with a 3. Chris gets the bucket.
They will come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about it. Great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
Here is House. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
How about he has yet to miss 4 of 4 to start.
Harden against Thompson. 3-pointer. Stolen by Thompson. On its way from Curry for 2. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And most fans think of the Rockets as offense only, but that's not the case at all.
No, G, I mean, they force a good amount of turnovers, and they trap pretty well. I mean, the defense has been solid for them the past few years, if you ask me. Nothing mind-blowing, but this team is certainly not one-sided.
And he's good on the 2nd. Some people have already predicted future MVPs. Is there a surprise name that you think could win that MVP award, Chris, down the road?
Oh, I I think there are a few surprises. I mean, we can go young with young guys like a Trae Young or Luka Doncic. We can go with guys that we expect to do it, like Anthony Davis, who it just seems like he's just biting at the bit. There's a few young Celtics. There's a few young Lakers that in a few years you never know what they can do, especially the ones that are playing with great guys and watching the practice habits, game habits, stealing their recipes or stealing what they eat before the game and their health-wise. So many guys right now that are going to be in that second tier coming up. It's going to be fun to watch their growth.
It will. Rivers, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. The Rockets trail. And here's Rivers. That ties the game.
These buckets help Rivers get going. The defense can't allow him to get comfortable from there.
Pascal, the basket pool. And a deep three from Curry. And the Warriors get it back. Basket pool. From deep. Green with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
I'm trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Carroll finds Green. Back to Carroll. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And how about Carroll using his size there, taking it strong inside.
Passes to Looney. Here's Pascal, guarded by McLemore. It's stolen by McLemore. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here we go, all alone. It's blocked. Here's Rivers. And that one released in time, but no good. And still a close game as the...
9 times out of 10, he will...
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Credit to coaching, GM. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter. Now it's paying off.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. And the basket by Pascal.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level sixth man for the rest of his career.
And the Warriors making a change here. Wiggins is checked in. Here's McLemore. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution for the Rockets.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. To halt the run, Tucker can't get it to go.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Pascal's shot is off. Rockets trail by 6. Here's Rivers, and it's blocked. Now the Warriors moving it up. Up and in on the layup.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been awesome.
Shots good by McLemore.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Ball's knocked loose. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And it's good, 2 points. Pascal's got 5 points now this quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now the Warriors moving it up. On up the court. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the night.
And with the Warriors, the strength of their defense comes from their versatility.
Yeah, they have a roster that can switch on everything. Guys like Draymond allow them to go small and not lose out on D. I mean, this team is very smart with their defensive schemes.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Daniel House is checked in for Green. James Harden comes in for Ben McLemore. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Chris can't hit. Rockets trail by 7. And Tucker kicks to Westbrook. To the middle. Here's Covington. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Covington's got his second basket of the game.
Now, what confidence from the rangy swing man. I mean, he knows what it takes to convert from that.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
The deep three from Harden. But they get it back. From deep. Warriors with the rebound.
He's been cold, and it's been hurting him. D, I mean, he was ready for him. He hasn't been able to solve it.
Stolen by Tucker. Harden surveying the D. Good on the three-point shot. And now just a 2-point Warrior lead.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Wiggins passes to Green. And Green slams it in.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight? I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him.
That shot, no good. And it's Houston the other way. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in San Francisco.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
And that's what led them to a blowout win. Offensively, they were solid, but their defense was what really carried them. Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should be easy.
Harden, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Green kicks to Wiggins. Back to Green. Inside. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Wiggins has got his first points of the night.
Sensational recognition. Green realizes immediately when one of his guys is open.
Kept alive. Goes back up. Oh, that's blocked. And they get it back. Here's Tucker, and finally they hit one. Tucker's got his first 2 points.
I mean, like the kick out there, recognizing there's more room outside than inside.
Covington into the lane. Shot from 12, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Nobody had an answer for Draymond Green in the first. He had 11 points. And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. A fantastic game from Draymond Green in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
And so in the game for the Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3. Westbrook with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. The shot by House is no good. Warriors leading by 3. Chris finds Green. Golden State moving it around. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Outside Curry. Thompson in the posts. Guarded by Harden. 5 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Green, no luck.
Oh, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they got to show some more aggression.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
A shot by Harden, wide open, connects from three-point range. Harden's got 11 points.
And when Harden feels the D playing off of him, he knows. He hits them with the quick pull-up J. I mean, a shot he knows not many defenders can block.
Right side, Covington. Back to Harden. Got it. Good job in the low post. 13 points in the game.
Good luck in stopping Harden tonight. Another classic performance from the ultimate sports machine. The movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Here is Harden. The Warriors making the shot. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's got the game tied up here for Houston.
Look, but he's not killing you on the perimeter. He's doing it inside.
Curry finds Chris. The three. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got 6 rebounds now in the game. House the pass to Tucker. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Chris gets the bucket.
And this is where Chris does a considerable amount of damage. Feels comfortable taking those interior shots.
Wiggins passes to Curry. Stolen. In the corner, Harden. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Covington passes to Tucker and stolen by Chris. Kicks to Curry. Harden against Thompson. Feeds it to Green. Pass to Chris. Thompson, high post. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. But Chris, the common thought is you don't want to be a middle-of-the-road team. You think clubs are too quick now to pull the trigger on a rebuild as opposed to giving some time to what they've got and be more patient?
Oh, are you kidding me, Kevin? Don't make me go. This is why I need a psychologist because, hey, when I was in Washington, we had myself, Rasheed Wallace, and Juwan Howard, and Rod Strickland. Like, just wait a minute. Give us 1 year to try. And by the way, the Bulls won 72. We couldn't have won a championship that year anyway. And so, yeah, I think a lot of teams are short-sighted and it's based upon their expectations, and their expectations may not be based in reality.
Green kicks to Thompson. Green left side. To the paint. Here's Chris. That shot no good. Good D by Covington. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Kicks it out to Harden. The tray. And Curry pulls it down. Golden State's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks.
Rebounding might not be his #1 priority, but you wouldn't know it from tonight. He's down there outplaying the big guy.
Harden gets the bucket.
Oh, I love how Harden pulls once he gets the ball. If you play off him just a little bit, it costs you.
Wiggins from outside. Hands it from downtown. Wiggins has got 5 now. Westbrook against Thompson. There's the pass to Harden. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Rockets lead by 1. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Curry is out there with Wiggins, and it's Pascal in at the 4. That's the Warriors' 5. Here's Pascal. To the left wing, down low. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Curry outside. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Rockets ball.
And so here is Houston. It's a three-point game. To the middle. And it's Green with the jam.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Inside. Looney passes to Curry. Back to Looney. From past the arc. But they'll get another chance. Outside Curry. From outside the arc. And he's good on the three ball.
They're going to have to pay closer attention to him beyond the arc. I mean, he's got 2 threes in this half, a total of 3 overall.
Now here's Rivers. Here's Clemens. The offensive rebound. Green. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Oh, the former Georgetown Bulldog, Jeff Green, now a veteran in the NBA. I mean, he's bounced around the last handful of years, but he's a smart player who still knows how to make an impact.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
In the corner, it's McLemore. The dish to Rivers. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. And for Green, who is almost out of the league due to a heart condition, he's had a great career.
He has, Kevin. I mean, he's never been an all-star, but his production has never been lacking at any other stops. I mean, lately, Green has been best as a leader for the second unit. He came up with a handful of scores every game.
Now, Carroll, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, you love seeing Harden take off of the slam. He has just unreal hops.
Pascal, the pass to Curry. Stolen by Tucker. To the inside. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Back to Curry. Releases. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Takes a 3. Harden, no good. Warriors trail by 6. A 3 ball. And Steph Curry gets the 3.
Big bucket. That's how you do it if you're Steph Curry.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. Down low. Here's Carroll. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
Dishes it to Curry. Higgins outside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Klay Thompson is checked in for Golden State. And a switch here also for Houston. Robert Covington's checked in for Damari Carroll. 1:31 left in the 4th. Pass to Covington. Tucker with the ball. 5 on the clock. Here's Clemens, and the rejection by Curry.
Oh, look at that. You see, that shows what kind of athlete Curry is. His quickness to the ball. Get that shot out of here.
Now here's McLemore. He's covered closely. Missed it, even after all those chances. Thompson passes to Pascal. Back to Curry. To the middle with his first shot attempt. Rebounded by Tucker. Rockets on offense. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. Here's Covington. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door or any kind of comeback.
So the first one drops, and that trims the lead to 6.
At the line for your Warriors.
He hits both from the stripe. So it's the Rockets now. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Now Tucker passes it to House. Now here's Westbrook. Here's Harden on the wing. 6 to shoot. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Harden's got the lead up to 8 now for the Rockets. Wiggins dishes to Curry. No good that time. So we see the Rockets get the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, all right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up.
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
And that shot should leave no doubt as to where we are. It is indeed, DA. Thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. PJ Tucker is out there with Robert Covington. And it's House in at the 3 spot. Now here's Covington. The kick out to Westbrook, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Mark, you and I were looking at the rosters. Both these teams very deep, so there's a lot of fouls to give tonight.
Yeah, that's a great observation by you, Kevin. And when you have that kind of circumstance where your bench is deep, it allows you, I think, to bring an aggressive mindset in terms of how you're going to defend and how you're not going to allow easy baskets because you're able to foul and not be so concerned about foul trouble.
Leonard with the bucket.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Now, here's Tucker. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Westbrook dishes to Covington. And the level of detail that Robert Covington approaches defense with is just phenomenal. He is always prepared for his matchup.
Yeah, and that's why he's an outstanding defender, Kevin, because he's got the physical attributes. He's got excellent speed and quickness for a guy of his size, good length and strength, outstanding hands. But he does a nice job of studying his opponent and what he needs to do to be effective defensively. I think he's one of the better defenders in the game and on the wing.
Here's Leonard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
And it's Houston on the break. Covington with it. Guarded now by Morris. And Harden on the foul.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Last outing for the Rockets. It was a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers. And George, here we go. Now the dish to Beverley. Good.
Like how Beverley takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in him.
Left side, Covington. He can't get that one. Good work defensively by Morris. The Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. George, that's a 2-pointer. Westbrook pulls it in.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Leonard against Harden. Pass to House. This one for 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. It's all knotted up.
Boy, the defense really wasn't bad there, but he's a gifted shooter from distance.
Beverley against Westbrook. To the paint. Stolen by Tucker. And it's the Rockets on the break. And that one's good. Westbrook.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better. Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
So both teams changing it up here. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
Williams, that's good.
You know, defenders like to try to get physical with Williams. I'll tell you what, his strength belies his size.
Harden draws the double. Shoots over Shamet. That one wide left.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Leonard gets it to go.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the three ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jump. Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Morris, no good.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Clock at 6. Tries again. Stolen by Tucker. And here we go. Fast break. McLemore's got it. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Williams passes to Morris. And Leonard has it in the corner. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Los Angeles with another miss. And so Green will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
Inside, and Green slams it in.
And, you know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Rockets lead by 1. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Houston?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Andrew Shamet is out there with Marcus Morris. And there's Jackson, and it's Green, and it's Williams at the 2-guard spot. To Shamet, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Houston in the lead. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Carroll finds Rivers. And the first shot of the night for him missing. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. 5th best, the Rockets.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Morris kicks to Green. Out to Morris over Green. Morris, no good. Rockets trail by 4. There's McLemore. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Clark, if you were a coach on a team, what would you want to see from a guy by the end of his rookie season in the NBA?
You know, Kevin, I won't be specific because I think it's more general in my estimation. Owning his development, whatever that means, embracing how he's going to get better. If it's a particular area of the game, yes. But understanding the professionalism of work ethic and developing good habits and really owning that. That's what I would want to see.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. It's Covington on the wing. To the paint. Here's House. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And a deep three from George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Beverley against Rivers. Carroll kicks to Rivers. Here is House. Defended by George. 6 on the shot clock. To the left side wing. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Offensive rebound. Carroll. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Carroll's got it all tied up now for the Rockets. Pass to George. No good on that one. The Rockets go the other way with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing. Oh, the power on that. Prudent.
Unselfishness, always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
The shot by George, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
For Houston, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker comes in for DeMarre Carroll, and James Harden has subbed in for Austin Rivers.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
LA's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And that's 11 points for Kawhi Leonard. Westbrook against Leonard. It's Harden with the drive. Here's Tucker from 13 feet. It goes down. And the Rockets lead by 2.
Yeah, you know, we've seen Tucker extend his range over the years, but it's still not that extended. I mean, this in-between area is probably more his...
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3 slot. Beverley wide open. Rebounded by Tucker. Houston in the lead. Here's Harden. Oh, and he misses the dunk. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Covington finds Westbrook. Here is House. He's covered by Leonard. Harden's shot is off.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Leonard the pass to Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Zubac has got his first basket of the night.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
It's stolen by Morris. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league. Actually, one of the best. He's creative. He's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
Here's Westbrook. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You get all the security in the world, believe me. Clock at 4. Let's at 5 from 18. And that one hits back iron. Rockets trail by 4. McLemore dishes to Harden. Harden with the stuff.
Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Williams. Yes, that goes in. Williams has got his second bucket of the night.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Green inside. Morris is there. Fades back. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Green. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Passes it to Shamet. From downtown, the Clippers keep it alive. Leonard the pass to Morris. That one goes. Count it. Morris has got 5.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
It's good.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Green passes to Clemens. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. The pass to Williams. Morris against Green. And Green gets it to go. 6 points for him.
And how about the setup Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Boy, nice way to punctuate that possession.
There's Williams. It's rebounded by Houston. Tucker's got 4 rebounds in this game. Green kicks to McLemore. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard's got the ball over Harden. And it's Leonard missing. It's tipped from deep. Green. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 2. We'll be back shortly live from here. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, the 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Patrick Beverley out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. And George kicks to Zubats. Back to George. Right side Leonard. Over House. Leonard no luck.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
In the corner, it's Westbrook. Covington in the corner. Back to Westbrook. Beverley against Rivers. For 3, Westbrook. It's hauled in by Zubats. The Clippers shooting well, 50% from the floor. Jackson passes to Zubats. It's George on the wing. Out to the right wing. Lets it go from 14. Jackson misses.
Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
Westbrook can't get it to go.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Zubats finds Leonard. Covington with the steal. It's Westbrook with the drive. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. James Harden comes in for Austin Rivers. A nice shot by George.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
Outside Westbrook. Back to Harden. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
Pass to Tucker. Stolen by Zubats. Here's George. Lays it up and banks it in. George has got 4 this quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Covington against Zubats. Tucker. And Harden wide open. He shoots. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Leonard the pass to George. Westbrook pulls it in.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Just 5 on the clock. Harden outside. It's up a 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. It drops.
So tough to stop Westbrook right now.
50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, George. Leonard on the wing. Pass to Beverley. Shot clock at 6. The 3 from George. It counts. A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
And Westbrook, here we go. Sweet move.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
Left side, George. To the inside, Zubac. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard from deep, three-point land. Can't get the 3 to fall. To the middle, here's Covington. It's good!
And, you know, the calm nature of Covington. Even in tense moments, he stays relaxed, he keeps his composure, and finds ways to nail these shots.
And the Clippers call time here. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, tough situation here, but they do have enough time to get a catch and shoot. It's going to have to be very quick, but they do have time.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. What a show, Dave. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg...
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill
Yeah.
Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right here.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it.
The commute in full swing as we get. And we've got time for a.
Well, the NBA.
Great DA, thanks. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Morris.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverley. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2. And for the Warriors, Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Wiggins is out there with Green, and it's Chris in at the center position. And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. And George, here we go.
Well, you love how Paul George finishes on the drive. That is a powerful dunker right there. Boy, when you look at the numbers and the impact for Paul George, there is no question he's been in the MVP conversation. The outside shooting, the ability to attack the rim, and the force he is on the defensive end, just so impressive.
And here's Leonard after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Morris kicks to Beverley. Curry against George. On the wing, Morris. Pocket 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Green. It's hauled in by Beverley. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice.
Oh, Kevin, that is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Curry passes it to Green. It's stolen by Morris. Down low. And Morris throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dunk.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now, here's Zubac. Steph Curry with the rebound. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Thompson finds Green. Now, Wiggins. Pass to Curry. For 3. Here's Chris. He gets it in there.
How about the timing on the backboards there from Chris? Has the size and quickness to be a problem.
George against Thompson. And stolen by Wiggins. And here they come. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Wiggins. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And in recent years, some call the Warriors the greatest fast-breaking team since the Showtime Lakers. Doris, do you concur?
Greg, the Showtime Lakers are my all-time favorite team. But I will say, because of the shooting, the ball handling, the passing, the capability on every possession for something spectacular, I would say that this team was as close as you can get to the Showtime Lakers.
Here's Beverley following the basket by Stephen Curry.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's George. following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. George passes to Morris. To the paint. Here's Thompson. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Leonard. And Beverley kicks to Zubats. And stolen by Chris. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. George passes to Zubats. Now the Warriors moving it up. Green with the ball. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game. Curry against Beverley. That one goes in.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
It's stolen by Morris. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Green. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in the corners. A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you in your voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things.
Offensive rebound. And another shot. And Looney sends it back. From beyond the arc. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback. Looney's got his first bucket of the night.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Jackson dishes to Green. And stolen by Wiggins. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw tonight. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Right side Jackson. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. And that one's good. Wiggins.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. To end the run. That misses off the backboard. Warriors leading by 17. And as talented as Andrew Wiggins is, there are games, Doris, when he can fade into the background. And his team needs him the most.
Yes, and the questions become, is he passive? Is he disengaged on the offensive end? And that, I think, can be frustrating because people around the league will tell you that this young man is as talented and as skilled as any player in the league. It's really, for Andrew Wiggins, about finding a measure of consistency.
And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in, and a switch here also for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Here's Pascal. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Morris, left side. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
And that one drops for him.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Jackson kicks to Williams. Shamet on the wing. Morris finds Shamet. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, at a healthy 235, Marcus Morris is pretty good at throwing his weight around, especially on the glass.
That one drops for him.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Green lays it up off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Williams comes with a double team. Smailagic, guarded by Jackson. Here's Curry with the three. Buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, there's just a rhythm and a beauty to what Steph Curry does on a nightly basis. How pretty is that shot?
Green kicks to Morris. Takes the three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Coming off that loss against the Nets. Here's Pascal. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. 11 points in the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Inside, here's Green. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated, in stride.
Smailagic. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, you get a sense of the recognition from Steph Curry and how quickly he moves through his progression.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So it's Golden State who's out on top at the half. They are completely in control of it. And that should do it.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green is out there with Chris. And it's Pascal in at the 3. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. George with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Here's Pascal. That one good for 2. Pascal's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Warriors.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Here's Leonard. The Warriors pull it in.
Boy, that makes them 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
And, you know, you see it every day, but it still doesn't make it any less impressive. The amount of skill that Steph Curry has on the floor, the shooting, the passing, the agility, he has it all.
And the Warriors making a change here. Wiggins is checked in. Morris passes to Leonard. Makes it off the glass.
Kawhi Leonard from the restricted area. Turn the lights out.
Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. You could argue Curry is one of the most skilled players of all time.
The shooting alone puts him in the conversation, and very few can match up to just that. Guys like LeBron and Wilt dominate with their size and athleticism, but Curry is an all-time great because of his once-in-a-lifetime skill.
Kevon Looney is checked in for the Warriors. Pass to Morris. And here's Leonard. Guarded by Green. Leonard with the bucket. Golden State's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Looney passes to Green, and he drops it in from the low post. Green's got 8 points.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
On the wing, George. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Wiggins, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on George.
Well, an ever-diversifying offensive arsenal. Wiggins baits the defender with that little up fake.
And both free throws good for Wiggins.
Boy, for all the talent Andrew Wiggins brings to the table, you wonder what his assessment of the 2018-19 season is. Obviously, he took a step back in terms of his production, and I think that had a lot to do with his lack of consistency with his shot. He's got a ton of talent. Let's see where it takes him.
4 on the shot clock. And a deep 3 from George. The shot missing. And Golden State will come the other way. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. And with Wiggins, Doris, and his struggles last year, he seemed to be relying more on his outside shot.
You wonder if Wiggins feels the pressure of an NBA that now so heavily emphasizes that three-point shooting. But his strength, to me, is putting the ball on the deck, attacking the rim, and relentlessly going at defenders. He's got to get back to that.
Beverley tips it back in. Beverley's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Landry Shamet comes in for Morris. The drive by Thompson. Golden State moving it around. Wiggins against George. Golden State needs to get off a shot. The putback, it's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Now here's Leonard. He has 6. Now the feed to Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Green's got 8.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
It's good. He's got 8.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all 3 levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
Thompson from long range. Not going to go that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. Green with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Leonard with the bucket.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Back to Looney. Thompson outside. Second shot opportunity. Outside for Curry. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from outside.
Boy, the ability to pull the trigger so quickly. Steph Curry doesn't even appear to set himself. If it's a clean catch, he's getting that shot off.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Back to the action after this word. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Patrick Patterson, also Noah out there, and it's man in at the 3 slot. Here's Magruder. That's tipped, and he gets it back. Man passes to Patterson. Jackson from long range. And it's Looney with the rebound. Looney's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different areas, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible-to-check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Feeds it to Patterson. Goes back up. The Warriors pull it in. Looney's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Back to Lee. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more 3-point attempts than 2-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade, you see more 3-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than 2s. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area 2s, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and 3-point shots. And everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Over to the left wing. Patterson up top to the inside. Noah in the post and a missed layup.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Back to Lee for the 3. They get it back. Here's Looney to the right side. Lee outside. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Here's Magruder. A beautiful reverse layup.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Smile-a-geesh. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the pass to Bowman. But they recover it. Here's Poole. That's a 2 from Lee. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. There's Lee with the 3. Good on the triple. Lee's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for the Warriors.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this, Greg. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Doris, you can't say enough about the defense of Paul George. I mean, he is absolutely terrific on that end of the floor.
That is in addition to being an all-NBA level offensive performer. So you think about what Paul George brings on the defensive end. The on-ball defense is incredible. He knows when to help off on drives. This guy is easily one of the best defenders at his position, if not the best.
There's Lee with the 3. Lee with another miss. LA's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Steph Curry.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
No good on the triple. Outside, George. He kicks it to Leonard. His three-pointers off the mark. Smile-a-geesh. Here's Looney. Off target with that shot. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David.
Last year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K.
At home, the Rockets don't hold anything back, whether it comes to their clothes or their effort on the floor. And the game arrival. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. Taking a look at Houston. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, the Golden State Warriors. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And for the Warriors, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
And you have to wonder just how different this team will look next season, from players to possibly coaches, maybe every level of the organization.
Now Golden State's starting 5. Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Andrew Wiggins, and it's Chris in at the center. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. PJ Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3 spot. Here's Tucker. Traps in the tray. Brent, at this point, perennial contenders sometimes coast to the final games of the regular season. Any danger that they can't hit that right button or flip the switch and get back into gear?
When you hear analysts say that the playoffs are all about matchups, they are exactly right. You and I talked about this, Kevin, several years ago about the time going into the playoffs. Teams don't have to be hot. You don't have to be 10-2 in the last 12 games for your playoffs, because all of a sudden, if you're matched up against a team that's owned you all year long, your chances of winning that series are very, very slim. So it becomes just let's get in and let's find out who we're playing, and then we'll get to work.
Westbrook fires away from outside. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. To the middle. Stolen by Harden. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. They get it back.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Harden inside the three-point line, and it's Houston with another.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Wiggins passes to Green, shoots over Covington, and it's Green missing. And here are the Rockets now. They're on an 11-2 run. Westbrook kicks to House. Here's Tucker. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's Westbrook. Houston moving the ball around. The shot by House is no good.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Curry passes to Wiggins. Launches it. Curry's shot is off. Rockets leading by 6. Outside Westbrook. Gets a very good look and converts.
And there are guys that stop on a dime and shoot, but Russell stops and rises up. No way to challenge him there.
For Houston, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the model of Tucker's game.
He has the tools and the physical advantages. Marquise Chris wanting to be more active on the offensive glass.
A shot by Harden, wide open, sinks the three-pointer. Harden's got 9.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
A baseline J, and the shot is long. And here are the Rockets. They're on an 18-4 run right now. Here's House. Curry with the defensive effort.
Yeah, he's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Chris kicks to Thompson. Curry outside. A shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
I mean, there's no way. There's just a sliver of daylight, and there's 3 more.
Harden inside the three-point line. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Coming off that loss against the Nets. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Thompson misses.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Here's House, and he banks in the layup. House has got his second bucket.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. House has got his 3rd bucket of the night. And so it's Houston in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percent. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
You know, they really made a lot of good quality reads down there. Took some chances, but feeling more calculated than risky.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. We've got Looney, and it's Wiggins in at the shooting guard position.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Greg, this season is the first time in the last 4 or 5 years that Golden State will not be the prohibitive favorites to win it all.
I mean, back-to-back devastating injuries in the finals. Kevin Durant departing in free agency with time and health. Will they retake the throne? We'll just have to wait and see.
And McLemore kicks to Rivers. They kick it out to Green. Passes it to McLemore. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Green. It's Carroll on the wing. McLemore. Nice persistence to chip it back up and in.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Count the basket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Wiggins against Rivers. Shot left block. And it's off the back rim. No good. Warriors trail by 5. Pass to Poole. Releases from 15. Here's Looney. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Carroll finds Rivers. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Green inside. Looney on him. Carroll dishes to Green. The shot, no good. So Golden State will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in San Francisco.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, those turnovers were inexcusable. So many of their possessions ended with them giving the ball away. It's one thing to make passes, but you need to pass to your own team, not the other one.
Now here's McLemore outside, and Pascal pulls it down. Got a piece of it. And it's Houston on the break. Green with the ball. He dishes it to Rivers. Nice move. And Green with the lay-in. And the Rockets lead by 3.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Back to Looney. Golden State moving the ball around. They get the rebound. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Jeff Green picks one up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
And the Warriors making a change here. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision-making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns.
Yes.
I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision-making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it.
Here's Harden. That one, no good. Good D by Thompson. To the paint. Lets it go from 11. Here's Looney. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Wow. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And the rejection by Harden. Outside Curry. There's the triple. Drains it from beyond the arc. Curry's got the lead up to 4 now for the Warriors.
Well, the D has to pressure Curry at all times. You can't let him shake free for a jumper. Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night.
Thompson passes to Looney. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. Out to the wing. Here is House. Back to Tucker. Over Green. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Golden. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille. Golden State had some issues in the first quarter. They tried to get their legs under them and establish at least a little momentum. And that's going to...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And it's the Rockets with the ball. 7-point differential. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
Right side, Westbrook. The shot comes out. The Warriors go the other way. Wiggins kicks to Chris. On the wing, Thompson. Back to Chris. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Inside. Chris gets the bucket. Chris has got 6 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
To the inside. They grab their own miss. Covington misses in close.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
Yeah, some situational awareness there from Klay Thompson. He understands the offense. He understands where the cutters are, and he finds one.
Wasted no time on that one. He has 6.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Daniel House. That is his first foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And Thompson gets it to go.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Rivers. And the 3 off target. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Golden State. They're leading by 8. And there's the pass to Chris. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 4 assists now tonight.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Count it. Green's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
For all the things that Draymond does, when he gets dunks, it makes him even more excitable.
Rivers dishes to Green. Rivers passes to Green. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Chris. Carroll with the rebound. Rockets trail by 10. Pass to Rivers. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Rivers has got his first points in this one.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time.
Back to Thompson. 5 on the clock. They get a hand on it. Thompson is doubled. From deep. Cool, no good.
He's not doing his team any good by taking shots from that range.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of shot helps with is your opponent's chance of winning. And he's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
And Chris throws it down.
And Marquise Chris can get up off that floor. Wow.
Houston's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. The shot by House is no good. Warriors leading by 7. Thompson passes to Chris. Back to Thompson. No one near him. Good on the bucket. Thompson's got 4 points this quarter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Rivers with it. Picked up by Thompson. Here's Clemens. Drains the 3-pointer.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Down low. Kicks it to Green. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And McLemore, he's checked in for Daniel House.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Guarded by McLemore. Passes it to Poole. Tries a 3. With the putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Pascal's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Smile-a-geek. Pass to Pascal. Got it up. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
And now that we've gotten a chance to see it in slow-mo, I think the...
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been very effective in locking down Russell Westbrook. We'll return shortly. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Pascal in at the 4. Curry outside. But he recovers it. Westbrook with the steal.
Golden State foul call. That's his first personal foul.
From deep, Harden. Most every team now, Brent, looking to run when they can run. Who's the most lethal big man in transition? You can get baseline to baseline in a hurry and make a difference at the other end.
Don't think I've seen any player do the type of things at his size and with his stride than Giannis. I just think there were eye-popping plays that people could not wrap their head around what it is he could do. Taking 2 steps from half court, lengthening out his right arm to finish at the rim, grabbing offensive rebounds from the block, not taking any steps and dunking it over the top and getting to the free throw line. Giannis running in transition as a big is a problem for the defense.
And all that on the offense, but on his defensive side, he was always doing the same kind of things defensively. Blocking shots, walking out, whatever the case may be.
Yep, causing, just the simple fact of being a deterrent, Kevin, to people coming into the lane and using that length. Giannis Antetokounmpo is something special in that regard as a big.
Both ends of the floor, I totally agree. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game, 1 in each half.
Beyond the arc. The Warriors keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Out to Thompson, outside Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 6 assists in the game.
Got to do your best to make Steph put the ball on the floor. I know he can still do that, but catch and shoot is just deadly.
Covington's shot is off.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
The pass to Curry. Back to Wiggins. A three-pointer off the mark. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. McLemore, the pass to Harden. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Brent, we have seen some international showcase teams the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. And that one, good.
Even he was surprised to be that open.
Pass to Chris. To the middle. Here's Pascal. Drops in the layup for 2.
Well, Chris is such a versatile big man. I like to see him whip the ball over and get it to an open teammate.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
That's his first personal foul. At the line.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Taking 2 shots.
Harden hits them both.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Stolen by Westbrook. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball and the jam by Harden.
This is great when Westbrook starts to dictate the tempo of the game. This time he's doing it with the pass, setting up a teammate.
Curry kicks to Wiggins. Passes it to Chris. Here's Pascal. Shoots over Covington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wiggins passes to Chris. It's rebounded by Houston.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Count it. Good. Now just a 2-point Warrior lead.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
Off the inbound. It's good.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
He kicks it to Tucker. Shoots the 3. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And such a clutch shooter. He lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch watch out. Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Got it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one. They double-team Curry.
Steph out there singing a lullaby to the defense, gets them to sleep, and then sets up the teammate nicely.
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty, GA. That would be the nail in the coffin.
Pascal, the pass to Chris. Kicks it to Curry. Back to Thompson. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds. They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a three-point lead.
One thing that's quietly understated about Steph Curry is that competitive fire to keep pushing the envelope. Even though he's set these high marks and these high bars, he wants to see if he can eclipse some of the marks that he set in the early.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our...
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20, and first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K.
You're looking live and down at the... And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the small forward spot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's Zubats in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Pushing the action, always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Covington dishes to Tucker. Nifty move. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Warriors, and it's good for 2. You know, Steve, these teams we're seeing tonight both have very strong options off their bench.
And Kevin, when you have a strong bench, the starters love it because they know if they have a lead, they have some guys that's going to extend the lead. If they're not playing well, they have guys that come off that help them. And the opposing team, they know when you're a 9 or 10 deep team and you're very, very talented.
George, no good. The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Harden can't hit.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Leonard with the bucket.
And we're already seeing a little rhythm out of this offense. They've hit 3 out of 4 so far.
To the paint. Covington's shot is off.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Goes up at the stripe. Harden's shot is off.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Back to George. Jacks up a 3. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. House the pass to Westbrook. It's good from long range.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Pass to Zubats. Now Beverley. Leonard on the wing. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on James Harden.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
What they have done is ran their plays all the way through until they get something they like.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Zubats. Andrew Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley.
Well, you talk about someone who's an absolute piranha on defense, and that is Patrick Beverley. Gives you no room to get comfortable and is a thorn in his assignment side.
Here is Harden, following the basket by Marcus Morris. Harden kicks it to Tucker. Passes to Clemens. And it's off from three-point range. And Smitty with Beverley and his defense, it's not like he turns it on or off.
Nope, he's always going full speed on defense. It's been his calling card as a player for years now, and it's what he's made his name on in the NBA.
Here's Tucker, following the score by Lou Williams. Green passes to Harden. Here's Tucker. Another miss by Houston.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
And it's Leonard missing. And so Green will bring it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 13. Last time they met in Houston.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
A really embarrassing loss indeed, and one that they will hopefully learn from. Got to keep your hands to yourself sometimes, or it could cost you the game.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip. One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Inside, it's tipped. It's stolen by McLemore. Up the floor. Finished off the break. He's got 5.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And that one's good, Shemet.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Harden dishes to Tucker. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
And the pass to Williams. Harden with the defensive effort.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got Damari Carroll out there. He's out there with Ben McLemore. Austin Rivers is out there with Green. And it's Clemens in at point guard. Here's Carroll, following the score by Reggie Jackson. And that one's good. Green's got his third basket of the night.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Shemet. He had 10 points in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And no one on defense could stay in front of him. He continually got pummeled and kept getting back to the stripe.
Here's Rivers after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's Carroll. And the layup's good off the glass. Carroll's got his first 2 points of the night.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Here's Jackson. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Breakdown by the defense there. Jackson, a solid mid-range shooter. You like to push him out further.
And with Reggie Jackson at the point, we're going to get more of a score than a playmaker.
And that's okay, as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
Jackson comes over with the double. Over in the corner, Green. Pass to Carroll. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Carroll can be so patient inside. Great timing on that play.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And that one falls for Carroll. Well, Steve, it doesn't matter how they do it, but there are some players, as you know, that can get into another player's head. I guess like a Dennis Rodman, but there are a lot of them now that play and use that tactic.
Yeah, Draymond Green, Kevin, Patrick Beverley, Chris Paul, I think is one of those guys. P.J. Tucker, he doesn't really talk, but he has a lot of antics. There's a lot of guys that like to get in your head. Also, Joel Embiid is one. He does it extremely well.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And again, the turnover by the Clippers. And we got a chance now to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers. And what has been the trend for Harden?
And the trend that he's going through with his assist numbers dropping over the past few years isn't a good one. I don't want to say he's become a more selfish player because that's too harsh, but he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot rather than creating for his teammates. He may want to rethink that.
Now here's Rivers. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Just 5 on the clock. Hit his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. P.J. Tucker comes in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's James Harden in for Austin Rivers. Harden inside the three-point line. It's hauled in by the Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home.
Right in Beverley's wheelhouse, finding space. Quick release off the catch. Money.
He gets that one.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Clippers leading by 4. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Westbrook with a wide-open look. Misses off the right iron.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Leonard inside. He's covered by Westbrook, and it's Leonard missing. Tucker the pass to Harden. Covington kicks to Harden. Bangs home the trifecta. Harden's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that the three-point shot is a primary weapon.
And again, it's the Clippers missing.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Great positioning on the putback. Tucker's got the lead up to 1 now for Houston.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Covington against Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. Fires for 3. And Westbrook pulls it down. And so Westbrook will bring it up for Houston. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Jackson kicks to Zubac. Jackson passes to Beverley. Los Angeles with another miss. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Rockets lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Staples.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sport. It was a shaky first quarter for Houston. They were searching for some kind of spark as they... And that should do it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
His activity level has made an impact, and he is fearless.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. And the basket by Harden.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Westbrook against Beverley. Double team on Westbrook. Stolen by Beverley. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George, no good. Westbrook finds Tucker. And some nice passing there by Houston. Covington passes to Westbrook. Shoots over Leonard. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. Stolen by Harden. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Morris against Covington. Now here's Tucker. Defense right on him. 6 to shoot. Westbrook against Leonard. The 3 from Harden. He can't hit that time. The Clippers go the other way with it.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And it's George missing.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Out left to the wing. Here's Beverley over Westbrook. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Paul George. Rockets have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the 3rd. Green draws the double. Now here's McLemore, covered by Morris. Passes it to Rivers. Here's Clemens. The 3-pointer, no good. The Clippers trail. 1:56 left here in the 3rd quarter. Williams kicks to Shamet. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Now here's McLemore. He's covered by Shamet. Shots good by McLemore.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
The drive by Green. Basket good.
Great initiative from JaMychal Green on the drive to the bucket. A skilled finisher around the rim.
Here's Rivers. And finished off by Rivers.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Rivers has got the lead back up to 4 now for Houston.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
I like seeing Patrick Beverley attack the interior. Sometimes he becomes too perimeter oriented.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. It's Rivers on the wing. Morris against Carroll. The pass to Clemens. To the inside. It's stolen by Morris. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one's good. Shamet.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up. But it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists. Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
The Clippers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
JaMychal Green, undrafted out of Alabama, played in the D-League and France, but he solidified himself as a quality NBA big man. We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Here's Covington, and the last-second attempt doesn't fall. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Taking a look at the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's McLemore in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Zubac. He's guarded closely. Leonard against Covington. To take the lead. Off the left rim and out. Rockets shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Here's Westbrook. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. And the Rockets lead by 2.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Covington passes to Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Jackson against Harden. Left side Jackson. Wants to get it to Morris and does. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And that's now 6 points for Marcus Morris. Westbrook passes to Tucker, and it's Houston with another.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Out of bounds, Houston takes possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Friday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that game against the Nuggets, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Daniel House has checked in for the Rockets. Harden kicks to House. Pass to Tucker. Houston needs to get a shot. Covington with the bucket.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Clippers trail by 6. And here's George for 3. Rebounded by Tucker.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Leonard with the steal. And George, here we go. Gets it to go from 8 feet.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Stolen by Jackson, and pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's Zubac, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for the Clippers. To the middle. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got the lead up to 6 now for the Rockets.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Morris finds George. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Plays it up and banks it in.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
The shot by House is no good.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the defense.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
And there's a foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Tipped away. So it's Houston again turning it over. Here's Harden. And that one drops.
And this is what you love about the game. Superb defense, great steal, and just like that, they add 2 points to this narrow lead.
Leonard inside. And contact. The coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He said to them, guys, coming up, this is where the game could be won or lost. We need to make plays on both ends. Stay focused, stay locked in, trust one another. We'll see if they can keep that trust going.
Thank you, David.
That's just being out of sync, and at the worst time, costly.
So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
Pass to George to tie it up. It falls! A huge shot to tie it up.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Harden.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket. Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Absolutely. They're within striking distance, but they have to make pretty much every shot.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
I wasn't sure they had enough time. What an amazing job to battle all the way back out of that huge hole.
And Westbrook, here we go. It's a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
And here's George to take the lead. He's off from three. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.